Life is good when you win. Life is good when you win trophies. It just makes going about your week so much easier. Going into work, Milan wins, but what a week it's been for us fans. Just looking back at a little over a week ago, the club was at an all-time low, something that we haven't seen in a very long time in Milan, and the management making a swift, quick move that surprised us all. It is a complete 180 in the attitude shift compared to Fonseca's Milan and Conceição's Milan. And in this match, Milan in the first half, I think we're the best team, and I think we were controlling the game, and I think we were making smart passes, not really risking much, but we couldn't create clear-cut chances to take the lead. And with some lapses of concentration, Lautaro gives the little cousins the lead. And at the start of the second half, Inter grabbed another one. And I had some question marks about Tomori and the defense because they would bite at every single little fake shot that the Inter attack threw at us. And we seemed erratic or maybe emotional or kind of maybe nervous at times. And with us being down once again in this game, it looked like it was going to be a tough task to get back into this game playing a team like Inter. But I think the moment that all of our eyes just glue up with joy was when you saw Leao come onto the sideline and you see Conceição with his arm around him. That is where the game started for Milan. The first two touches Leao needs, he wins a foul at the top of the 18-yard box. And it was funny because I was watching the game with my girlfriend. I was like, Milan haven't scored a free kick in such a long time. And deep this, guys, the last time Milan scored a free kick was when Tonali scored versus Cagliari in our Scudetto winning season back in 2021 in the beginning stages of the season. But Leao Hernandez with a low finish to put it past Sommer, who was saving Inter's ass this whole game. And I think it could have been a lot worse for them, in my opinion, if he didn't come up with a lot of these big saves. And much like the Juventus game, all we needed was one goal to get back into the game. And Leao being at the forefront, creating chances for us, making those inverted runs, making those runs out wide, taking on his defender one-on-one. He was just a joy to watch. This was a vintage Rafa Leao performance. And I said it in the last video, to get the best out of Leao Hernandez, Rafa Leao needs to be on the pitch. And man, there's been a lot of conversations about Leao Hernandez this season, not really, playing up to his standard. But this is the game that you can look at where this is the Leao Hernandez that all the coveted teams in Europe want. And you kind of look at the attitude shift around how he was with Fonseca and now with Conceição. When you see these celebrations of Conceição, embracing Leao Hernandez and Leao Hernandez himself embracing Conceição, having a player like that is huge because not only does the coach build that relationship, but the rest of the team kind of sees that and they buy into what Conceição is bringing. If you can get a player like Leao Hernandez on your side, then everybody else is going to fight for you. And hands down, this was Leao's best game for sure. And the assist on the second goal that Leo had, Leao puts a nice little pass in for Leo to run onto, and he picks out Christian Pulisic in the box. And Christian Pulisic, man, this guy is the derby killer. Buddy loves a goal versus Inter, but I want to talk about the goal. The IQ to read where this ball is going to go to instead of waiting for the ball to come to you is top ball knowledge from Christian Pulisic. And with all those games with Chukwueze, how we were so lifeless in the attack, Christian Pulisic comes back and in 2 games versus Inter and Juventus scores 2 goals. Enough said. And I did have my concerns with Christian Pulisic in this transfer, way back when, because not really was sure where his level is at, wasn't really convinced, but he has shown that not only is he one of Milan's best players, he's a top class player and he needs his recognition in world football. And I will say something that I think hindered Inter in this game was they just kept making substitutions, taking off their match winners and one of their better players. Barella coming off after crying the whole game, Çalhanoğlu getting subbed out in the 30th minute, and I just feel like with every substitution they made, they just got worse. Carlos Augusto came in, really wasn't convincing at all. And I don't know if this was just me, but I felt like we were going to get the winner at some point with Inter's quality dropping in the match and with the momentum for Milan just picking up. That last goal was a thing of beauty from everybody on the pitch, from the Christian Pulisic pass, how he kind of made that inverted run and just to put Leao through with, who made a deep run into the box with a little chip pass over Bisek and Sommer, and Mr. Tammy Abraham scores the winner. And I think this is a Home of Milan YouTube history first, back-to-back tip of the hats. And what I really liked about Tammy in this game was when Morata was the sole striker, could never really pick him out alone and really create chances. But once Tammy Abraham came on, Morata started creating space and really opening up the pitch for Tammy to run onto and to capitalize on those open areas in the box. So big up Tammy for reading the game in that area. And after the whistle blew, I wasn't crying after we won, but I was emotionally moved because of where this Milan team was at in these last 4 to 5 months, how it was so toxic and the togetherness of the team was not present. And it made a lot of us checked out and uninvested in this team, despite grabbing some big results, right? We beat Inter in the beginning of the season. We beat Real Madrid under Fonseca. And even that was not enough to inspire this team. And the bad outweighed the good for us fans. And we were wondering, how can we get past this hurdle? And it seemed impossible. And I think all of us can unanimously agree that if Fonseca was in charge of these matches against Juventus and Inter, we would have been at home watching someone else lift this cup. And even though the Super Coppa isn't the most coveted of the trophies that you can win, silverware is silverware. And trophies can have a huge boost in morale to any team, no matter the magnitude of them. And concise has brought back the mentality and the attitude needed to win. And these players realized the situation at hand and bought into his philosophy and the system. Even though it's not 100% of what it can be, you see glimpses and shades of what it could possibly be in the future for the season to come. And with this tough love, kind of no nonsense style of managing, this is how you get the best out of Milan, right? You saw it when Ibra was a part of the team as a player. He would kind of, have that, tough love, kind of grinta style. And with that, we grabbed the first trophy up for grabs this season. And this is a huge step for us going forward in this season, because now the confidence is back in the team. And I'm more than positive that concise can spark the reaction out of these guys to not only maintain stability, but the momentum going forward to climb up the table. And with our next match versus Cagliari in the San Siro, I don't have much to say about this one, to be honest. The first home game back since winning the Super Coppa. And I don't want to bag on Fonseca, but it's not hard to think that if he was in charge at this point, this match would have some question marks to grab a positive result. And in the present day Milan, with the confidence at an all-time high, I myself am confident as a fan that we can get the job done this weekend comfortably versus Cagliari. And like concise said, my tiki-taka is about getting results. And that's the best thing that Milan can do right now. String up together a couple results to climb up the table and get into those European spots. I think that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate the support on these last couple of videos. Shout out to us getting 200 subscribers. Super big feat for us. But guys, make sure you guys get involved in the comment section below. What do you guys think about the game versus Inter? How do you guys feel winning the first trophy of the season? And what do you think concise can do to this Milan team to transform them into a competitive team? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao ragazzi.